I am back from my vacation and I have a lot of unanswered comments. So, let's get started. Airroll, Carrion, Kelly Hallett, Hype Finn, BTW, Acid Prince, Florida Water, Sean Clay, Super Mario Bros, Kobe Goat, Dubfigs UK, Jeremy Ream, and of course, The Bloodline. You have been acknowledged. Metal Driver here, and today I'm looking at a figure that's been out for some time now. I didn't get the chance to pick these up. I don't really shop at Gamestop very often, but a couple of you did ask me to review this. So a special shout out to Muhammad Sandikia and Hunter GCW owner Roblox Wrestling for suggesting this. And this is the GameStop exclusive Kenny Omega as Akuma. And I'll admit, I'm not that versed in Street Fighter. I've played it a few times. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guy myself, but it is cool that AEW did this crossover with Street Fighter. The packaging looks really nice. The side we get an image of Akuma, and then the back we get Kenny Omega decked out in this Akuma gear. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up and take a closer look at Kenny Omega. Here is a 360 look at Kenny Omega. The details on the figure looks pretty nice, and it's also nice that he comes with some extra pair of hands that include some gripping hands, a right hand that's posed to do the finger bang, and a left open hand so that way Kenny can do his signature pose, and two specific hands for this version of Kenny Omega, or at least this attire, in order to do the Hadouken. At least I think that's what it is. I know Ryu does that move, I just don't know if Akuma does, because again, I've only played Street Fighter a few times, so if Akuma doesn't do that move, let me know, please correct me. And then we get this alternate Kenny Omega head sculpt. We can see that the hair is painted red, and this is a new sculpt. I have not seen this one, or at least the face, on any other Omega figure. And it's nice, I think it captures the likeness of Kenny Omega pretty well. That's something that Jazzwares does a very good job at. Pretty much all of the Kenny heads look like Kenny. Facial hair is painted very well. The lips, the teeth, the eyes, and the eyebrows all look good. Hair is pulled back in a bun. Sculpting looks really nice. And then the head sculpt that's already on the figure is this open mouth screaming head sculpt. I think Jazzwares did a pretty good job on this. Their open mouth head sculpts have been hit or miss for me, but as I said, the Kenny heads have all been pretty good. And this one is no exception. It looks nice. I think it looks like Kenny. It's got a great expression. The paint on the teeth, the lips, the beard looks good. The eyes are painted really well. They're squinted, and they look pretty centered to me. The eyebrows look good, so that looks nice. The hair, the same as the other head sculpt. Sculpted well, painted well. We get that bun right here, so that looks nice. Looking at the body, it's pretty much the standard Kenny body that we have seen on the other Kenny figures, so that looks nice. It does have the corrected skin tone, and I say that because the attire is the same as the first Kenny Omega that we received with that terrible skin tone. So the body is the same as we would expect, with the exception of this symbol on the back. It is painted really well. I think Jazzwares did a good job with the paint on this. Now, I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what it says. All I know is that this is a symbol that appears when Akuma does his combo, so that's pretty cool. And then going into the attire, as I mentioned, this is the exact same attire as Series 1 Kenny Omega, pretty much the exact same paint scheme. Maybe the paint application is slightly different from the two, but aside from that, it's supposed to represent the same thing. You get this paint detailing on the side right here. Paint looks really nice. I do kind of like it better than the Series 1. It looks a little more detailed. The lettering here looks really nice. Got the Omega symbol on the back, which looks pretty good. Comparing that with the original, this GameStop one does look a little more detailed. At least the symbol looks clearer. Yeah, this blue part right here looks a little bit clearer on this new one as opposed to the original one. You got K Omega on the side. Looks pretty good for the most part. The paint on this purple looks nice. That spray painted look. Knee pads have, again, the same detail as the Series 1. But you do notice a difference in the paint detailing as the new one looks a little bit more spray painted. At least I think that's what they were going for. Kick pads look nice. Again, same detail as the first one. So really nice looking. So great paint details on this figure and two great head sculpts. So I'm pretty pleased so far. Now let's see how pleasing the articulation is. The head is on a hinge and a ball joint, so it looks that high up and that far down. So great range there. Can turn side to side and slightly tilt. Shoulder goes that high up. Rotates all the way around, a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a swivel and hinge at the wrist, a bit stiff there, ball joints at the upper diaphragm and the waist so he can crunch really far forward and go pretty far back. Yep, there we go. Not much of a twist at the waist. Little bit of a twist at the diaphragm, so probably just need to loosen that up a little bit. Legs go that far out, they go that high up. A thigh cut, double jointed knees. There is rotation here at the top of the boot, although it doesn't rotate a whole lot on mine. Ankle goes slightly up, that far down, and some excellent ankle pivot. Here is the GameStop exclusive Kenny as Akuma next to the Series 1 Kenny Omega, and here he is next to the Supreme Collection Kenny Omega. So overall, not a bad Kenny figure, especially since it's based off a unique attire, a unique look. So if you're a fan of Kenny Omega or a fan of Street Fighter, this is obviously a pretty cool figure to pick up. Now, it's certainly not going to replace my favorite Kenny in my collection, but I think it's a solid pickup either way. Now, this is a GameStop exclusive, so I don't know how that works internationally if it is available outside the US. So if you are an international fan and you want to get your hands on this, hopefully you are able to, because it is a pretty good figure. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you want to see more wrestling figure reviews, click on the card at the end of the video, and I'll see you next time.